What is up, YouTube? Stocks by the numbers. Welcome back. Today's Monday the 20th. I wanted to do a quick update here on this stock that I know we were all looking at. We were anticipating earnings. We looked at the stock about 6 weeks ago after I gave you guys the update that they collabed with Samsung and they rolled their software into a lot of kiosks and drive-thrus for White Castle, fast food franchise, and apparently in the last couple of weeks they got a few new clients as well. So let's get into it. SoundHound AI, ticker symbol SOUN, listed here on the NASDAQ. Stock right now $2.19, down 4 cents right now, a little over 1.5% here on the day. And as we see, I just want to show you guys this trend line going back to the bottoms here of December 2022 and January 10th, 2023. That's this trend line going up here, and as you see, obviously we broke it, we retraced and regained, and then obviously we rejected and broke down to this trend line here of about 1.5. Now we're back up to about 220. Now today, if we look at how the stock performed, as we can see, we popped up, got above the trend line, then we rejected, then we popped all the way up to about 240, and then it looks like we may have made that double top there, and then we kind of started rejecting and coming back down, and then about midday here, looks like about 12:30, it couldn't hold and it broke and is now dropping down to 219. Me personally, long term, I still like the stock, of course. And again, no one is perfect. You know, I'm man enough to admit that the whole time it was pulling back here, 220, 210, sub 2 here. I was saying in the Discord that I liked it, and even an entry here in the low twos was probably going to be a decent price. Especially if you're planning to hold it for the long term. And of course, as we see, it began to break down and drop down to about 1.5 before rallying back up. So unfortunately, not a perfect call. However, in the long term, I still think it's going to turn out, it's going to work out, and it's going to turn out to be a good play. But even here, if you stepped in at 2, obviously you dealt with some short-term volatility and you lost, about 20-25% real quick. But even here at $2, you're still up about 10% right now, just over the course of about the last month or two. And if we look here at the earnings, again, I said when these companies are in their infancy states and they're just starting to grow and really spread their footprint, get their product and their service out there, I mentioned that unless the bleeding is extremely significant, then the revenue is going to be the main lifeline, the main fundamental to look at that is probably going to drive a stock up or down. And as we see here, we have SoundHound come in by almost $500,000, beating by almost 4% on the revenue side, 13.26 million on 12.78 million. So that is why the stock has it's probably the reason why the stock has been climbing as of late. And in my opinion, I still think it is going much higher. Now, this article here basically just talks about the employee assist and essential support amid labor shortage, offering quick answers on food tests, operator eases functions for all, especially new hires, ensuring information access without disruption or need for manuals. So that's pretty clutch also. The fact that it's easy to use, right? The ease of access. And also, as we see here, SoundHound AI is making strides in enterprise restaurants, partnering with industry giants like Jersey Mike's and Krispy Kreme to integrate voice AI ordering solutions, revolutionizing in-store operations with automation. So, this is what I said. I said it's only going to be a matter of time before more and more franchises come in. They consistently keep increasing their list of clientele, and of course that's going to translate to renewing of longer term contracts, and of course now consistent revenue streams coming in. As we see here, Sound's AI restaurant solutions have gained widespread traction with notable customer adoption from Buy Mai Tai, I'm assuming, Bubba Coo's Burritos Chicken Shack, look at this, Doghouse, Sam and Louie's, Tony Bird, Zeke's Pizza, right? And it just keeps going on and on and on. And of course, we had that White Castle deal collabing with Samsung. Olo's collaboration with SoundHound integrates advanced solutions across 77,000 locations, enhancing accessibility and fostering digital transformation for improved restaurant operations and customer experiences. And of course, it even talks about Snap and Netflix. This right here, these two paragraphs, much more positive than people may think. So first, Sound allows Snap to automatically generate captions for videos recorded on Snapchat, letting users add text overlays that match their voice and enhance their stories. And of course, we also have the Netflix benefit here from SoundHound AI technology, as it provides voice control and search capabilities for Netflix's streaming service on devices such as set-top boxes and smart TVs. So now they're showing you that you have fast food franchises that are obviously utilizing this technology. And of course, on top of it, apparently it enhances the experience for users on Snap, and also enhances the experience and a little more ease of access, a little more convenience for a company and a service like Netflix. So now this is interesting because, first of all, now you have brand name tech companies and brand name fast food franchises beginning to use SoundHound AI's technology. And of course, on top of it, the fact that it's so beneficial to these two companies now, in my opinion, puts it in the realm of a potential buyout target. And obviously, that is a big positive. Because, of course, through all this nonsense that the stock is dealing with, it's sitting here in the low twos. It can be at any moment that a larger tech company like a Snap or a Netflix decides, you know what, we're probably going to continue to use this technology. It looks like the company is spreading out, and they're getting all of these different clientele from all of these different sectors. So right now, SoundHound, I think, has a market cap of about $500 million. So for all you know, a buyout bid could come in, valuing the company at $800 million, $1 billion, and someone like Netflix just steps in and offers the company, $4 a share, $4.50 a share, and obviously that would mean about 100% move from this level. But more importantly, it shows that there's value here. That's what I'm trying to show you guys. This is why, me personally, I was so I had such a positive outlook on the stock. Not only in the short term, but of course in the long term as well. They re-mentioned White Castle here. Macroeconomic uncertainties are a persistent concern. I mean, I just laugh when they mention like these little negatives for some of these companies, because again, there are, I'm sure, a slew of tech stocks out there that we can say are tremendously overinflated and overvalued in the numbers, and I bet they have macroeconomic uncertainties as well. But of course, no one wants to talk about those, as the brand name tech stocks just go up and up apparently. So we look at a company like Shopify. I mean, I bet that company has some macroeconomic uncertainties as well, but apparently it just keeps going higher. But going off on a tangent here, I just wanted to lay out that not only is the company signing new deals, but of course, I really think that that little segment that talks about Snapchat and Netflix is much, much more positive than people may give credit for. As we see here, SoundHound partners with Jersey Mike's, Krispy Kreme, and I believe that's pretty much what's been going on since we last looked at it. Now, after earnings came out, we can see Cantor Fitzgerald adjusted their price target to $360 from $420, still maintains overweight rating. Again, that is, it's about 50% higher from where we are now. Wedbush lowers SoundHound AI's price target to $5 from $7 after mixed Q3 results, so that's a 150% return almost. And that's why even with the lower price targets, they're still basically saying that they feel the stock is a buy, and they feel that the stock is going to be worth more over time. And, again, this is why I say it's always nice to, try to get in one of these situations on the ground floor and just look at the big growth and whatnot. But again, you have to make sure that there's value there. You have to make sure that there's want, that there's need. And even if we go back and we look, we can see, look, occasionally they come in with some big beats, but 6 million, 9 million, back down to 6, 8 3/4, and then boom. This is why I said that this quarter revenue was going to be so important, because I believe it's their highest estimate so far. Just want to double check here. Yeah, they came in with 11, but estimates were 895. So that's the first 8-figure estimate, and then we can see that the company beat by about $500,000. So that's why I think that the company now, even as much as they beat it up, and of course it could go lower and retest this fib at 156 or whatever, but chances are they are probably going to have it maintain its value here, if not increase over time. That's just my opinion, though. Of course, anything can happen, but here again, at about $500 million market cap, look at the EPS just slowly climbing. Again, next quarter, estimates of a loss of only 7 cents a share, coming from a loss of 9, estimates minus 12, minus 12, minus 17. So the company over the last several quarters has been looking very nice. You can see the profit margin chunking up for all of 2023, going from almost minus 400% to minus 250, now only minus 150. So this is why I feel that over time, I really do think that this stock is probably going to work out, in my opinion. I do feel that it has a lot more positives than negatives attached to it. But we'll look at stock charts real quick before I let you guys go. And we can see here that the stock right now kind of hanging out. Did a little rejection there off the top Bollinger Band, sitting here at 219, top Bollinger Band 229. This 200-day moving average of 262 is definitely feasible. However, the RSI sitting here at almost 63, was like 65 earlier in the day. And that's why I'm saying the stock may potentially, I don't want to say drop too much, but it may just kind of flatten out and just kind of remain stagnant for a little while and wait for some of these technicals to catch up. But even at 63, RSI technically still not overbought, and we could very well have a rally back up to that 262 level. MACD slowly climbing for the month of November with the stock, random ad. And of course, we have the MACD that has now just crossed to the upside recently, as the stock has been climbing for the last week or two. And it looks like we have a rejection off the 50-day, but technically it's not a rejection. As we see here, hit a high of 241, moving average 243 there on the 50-day. So technically, it did not reject that moving average, and it could actually bounce up and run back up to 243 before potentially even calming down a little bit. But of course, only time will tell. This is the rough part about trading, right? Because as you see, we're kind of like mid-range here. We were at, like the high ones when the stock sold off, so we kind of knew it was a buy, generally speaking. When the stock got up to, 3, some people may have said it's overvalued, so it could sell off a little bit, right? So we have kind of like some of these benchmark prices. The problem now is, as we see, we're in the low 2s, right? So, of course, nothing is for certain. Nothing is guaranteed. And obviously, even though I'm saying I like it here at 219, the stock can easily drop back down to 2 after I say this. Or, of course, as I said, it could potentially cool down and just kind of remain flat for a few days before going higher. And that may not happen. And, we can easily pop, 10% tomorrow and get to 243. So, of course, anything can happen. But looking here on the weekly, RSI sitting at about 48.5, still has more room to grow. And, of course, the MACD recently crossed to the upside there. So, SoundHound overall, I like it. And again, the new signs with franchises like Jersey Mike's, Krispy Kreme, and of course, hearing the positives come out with larger tech companies like Snapchat and Netflix. This is why I'm saying that there are a lot of other people out there that see value here with SoundHound AI. And that's why when you're dealing with a company like this, you are either A, going to have long-term growth over the years and it's going to work out nicely, or B, as the growth is coming in and people see that it's going to be a player in the space, that is when a potential buyout bid may come in. So this is why not only am I personally pretty positive here on SOUN as a company, but also the fact that we could potentially get into a bidding war down the road, of course, just basically makes the stock just that much more attractive. But I'll end it there. So once again, stocks by the numbers. Thanks for stopping by. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, drop it down in the comments section. I'm usually very quick to reply. Thumbs up algorithm helps me get more eyes on the channel, right? Helps spread the word. And of course, subscribe to the channel. That is our handshake agreement. I'll do updates for you guys. If I have anything that I see in the short term, I'll try to call it out in the Discord. If you guys are not in the Discord, link in the description of every video. And again, no one's perfect. The average person does not go 10 for 10, but if I can try to be right more than I'm wrong, then obviously we're on the right track. And I really try to update people in the Discord about everything. I'm trying to keep an eye on oil. I update people on how the dollar is moving. I watch gold and silver. And of course, I watch our 10 and 20-year yields as well. So I'm really trying to cover all bases here. And anything I see in the Discord, I try to call out. And again, sometimes I'm right, sometimes I'm wrong. You know, I mentioned some puts before, and looks like markets took another leg higher. I mentioned calls on Tesla breaking out of a symmetrical triangle at around 234. As we see, that worked out well, and stock is up to over 236 and a half. So, you know, we win some, we lose some. But again, the main goal is to remember the rules of trading, right? Always keep cash on hand, never go all in. Don't be all on one side of just calls or just puts. And, you know, hopefully down the road, it's going to work out well for you. But basically, again, that's our handshake agreement. Subscribe to the channel. That's how you help me help you. But more importantly, moving forward, again, I understand that markets are rocky and volatile and uncertain. So I want to wish all of you success. Hope everyone makes a couple of dollars. Thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you in the next one.